Here is the UFC light heavyweight champion.
And a slam takedown by Cormier.
Daniel Cormier, the future Hall of Famer, has arrived.
Wants to take you down, smash you, and break your will.
Daniel Cormier, the two-time Olympian.
One of the greatest of all time.
Y'all ready? Are you ready for this? Breathe down with it. Just a little bit. Save that energy. Could you please do the booger check? Because I got it. Ready?
Yep.
My goal when I came into martial arts was to be the best in the world, to be at the forefront of the battle. When you're the heavyweight champ, you're the baddest man on the planet.
I will be the greatest of all time. I'm a world champ.
And Stipe and I fought for that 3 times, over 3 years.
I love this shit. Ain't nothing changing, and still.
The first time, and honestly, that was probably the last time I felt great physically.
Daniel Cormier trying to leave here with a piece of unprecedented UFC history. And at long last, the action begins right now.
I felt like I was so much faster than Stipe. I figured we would strike early, and then late, I would start to really wear on him with my takedowns. But we never got there.
Oh, he hurt him.
History! UFC history!
The reality is I picked up on something. He would drop his hands when he would break from the clinch. I was able to land the right hand that put him out. It was perfect.
I'm a two-division champion, baby!
That was the night that I truly felt like all the second places didn't matter. I was the pretty girl at the prom. It was the best. It was my crowning achievement. I sat on top of that cage with 2 belts. It was like, I never felt so happy. And to know that my mom and dad were out there, it's the greatest moment athletically in my life.
Gentlemen, we know the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're gonna keep this clean. Touch gloves and let's do it.
Going into the second fight, we get in there in Anaheim, I literally beat the shit out of him for 15 minutes.
Ooh, big right hand by Daniel.
Stipe's a tough guy. Stipe is a champion. And he made adjustments on the fly. He started digging to the body.
Nice left to the body.
So some tactical changes here for Miocic.
Oh, again. He is digging.
Those punches to the body to an already tired guy just really does zap the gas tank. And then my hand started to drop.
He knows he's
Oh! Those are...
Oh, now right hand up top. Cormier in trouble. RDC in the world trouble. He is down. That's it.
The reality is, and I've never told anybody this, but like, I was hurt, but I was so fatigued. I don't know what I would have done if I would have survived that round. I was just exhausted. I wasn't at my best. I really was not at my best. Like, every loss kills me, especially knowing that I had it. Up 3-0, if you can get to the final bell, you win the fight, you keep your belt, you can retire as the champion of the world. Cinderella ending, fairy tale. Every time I lost, though, left social media, pulled the curtains back, and just sulked and cried and tried to make sure that I did whatever it took to not happen again. Honestly, for a long time, I said, by 40, I'll be done. But then I lost to Stipe at 40, so I was like, well, gotta do the trilogy. The hard work came from my dad. I watched him work and work and work. All the while, my mom was cleaning houses. I watched them break their backs and never unhappy. So why can I, for the amount of money that you're paying me to do this, not show the same type of discipline?
No rap.
Get a call right after COVID starts, which is crazy, right? They're like, what do you think of August?
Chop up with that hook when he goes back
It was
down.
like, whatever day in August you guys want us to fight, I'll fight the guy. Let's go and finish this thing out.
There you go.
The night before the last fight, that's when I really took note that it's kind of coming to an end in the worst possible time. Because for as much as the people were there that I love, my kids weren't. My wife wasn't. My mom wasn't. My dad wasn't. There was just a lot of change around me, and I didn't like it. It was so odd because the Apex was completely empty, But get in there, and I'm thinking to myself, one more time, let's just do it. I felt prepared. I felt much better going into that third fight than I did in fight number 2.
A lot of mutual competitive respect there. Act 3 is upon us.
The fight starts pretty good. I win round 1 across the board.
And the takedown.
There's the high crotch that DC had tremendous success with.
Second round starts. I'm winning round 2 even better than I won round 1. And as the round's ending, I hit him with a good combination. I tried to escape, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not getting away. And he's just throwing right hand after right hand after right hand, and he drops me.
Cormier goes down, win the round.
TK hits so hard.
And I was hurt bad. Round 3, I get poked in the eye really bad.
Yep, no doubt.
Oh! And then I fought a beautiful round 4, won the round. Round 5, he went back to clinching me a lot.
Potentially some valuable clinch control time here for Miocic. And that is it. Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier go the full 25-minute distance.
He won that fight. Like, there is no controversy. There's no confusion. Stipe won that fight.
That'll be it for me. You know, I've had a long run. It's been great. I mean, I just fought my last fight for a heavyweight championship, and it was a pretty good fight. So
it was a great fight. You've been a great champion, and you will without a doubt go down in history as one of the greatest combat sports athletes of all time.
It was huge because you had 2 great fighters fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world. It doesn't matter what people do and say. It is the most prestigious award in all of fighting, and it's gonna stand the test of time. You know, one of the things that I always say, like, legends, we come and we go, but your legacy, it always stays. That never gets erased.
UFC history!
I'm very proud that a little boy from Louisiana did all the things that he did, because that was never supposed to be for someone like me. Everybody plays baseball, basketball, or football, and I became the king of the world.
What I tend to look for when I go to places are things that are visually appealing. When you walk down the sand dunes here in St. Lucia, just thinking of the old shipwrecks or the explorers, the first thing they saw was these long beaches and impenetrable forest. They still look exactly the same. I can't imagine there are many places in the world where you can see tons of things in one day. I want to pinch my arm and say, this can't be true. I'm in the middle of this. I think the uniqueness is that it's diverse. You could peel off layer after layer and you'll find more and more things. It's all here for you to just be part of.
May 6, 1937, in Lakehurst, New Jersey, the German dirigible Hindenburg bursts into flames and crashes upon arriving for landing. Reporter Herb Morrison is there.
It's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. The smoke and the flames now, and the frame is crashing to the ground, not quite to the mooring mast. All the humanity and all the passengers.
The disaster kills 35 people aboard the hydrogen-filled airship and a Navy crewman on the ground. 1856. Psychologist Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, is born in what's now the Czech Republic. 1915.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you'll think about Mr. Kane. I can't imagine. You see, I play the part myself.
Actor and director Orson Welles, whose pioneering films include Citizen Kane and Touch of Evil, is born in Kenosha, Wisconsin. 1942. During World War II, Americans and Filipinos surrendered to Japanese forces on the Philippine island of Corregidor in the Pacific. And 1954. In Britain, Roger Bannister becomes the first athlete to run a mile in fewer than 4 minutes. Bannister finishes the mile in 3 minutes 59.4 seconds at a track meet at Oxford. Today in history, May 6th. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,